All right, we are watching some more volleyball, and it is some Jap- Japan League, and I'm back in Denmark now, so I thought it was pretty uh, correct to watch some Danish volleyball players playing in the Japanese league. So Ulrik Dahl is a Danish man. He's a right side lefty guy, and then Oskar Madsen is an outside from Denmark as well. So why not? That'll be kind of fun to watch. This is this is Matt Anderson's team. So usually Matt Anderson's either playing outside or right side for them. But right now they got Rinaldi out there instead, um, and Ulrich Dahl out there instead. But Rinaldi's an Italian player, phenomenally talented there as well. Bunch of great guys out here. And then I mean they messed up the stats. I guess I don't know why, but it has the whole game, so whatever. It's not a big deal. But then the Tridents over here. We got Fujiwara, Neves. He's a Canadian guy, and then Oscar Madsen. And maybe I'm thinking of somebody else, but yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be a good game. So let's get into it. Let's check it out. And I'm a little bit sick right now, so forgive me for that. But hey, gotta do what you gotta do. Spinner pops it high. And I mean, first right off the bat, this is something that is kind of just natural for most people. But look at how he kind of just leans back. If you get caught high like this on a big serve, a decent serve, leaning back, almost falling back a little bit, see how it kind of takes that step back. It just allows you to pop that ball high, keep it on your side instead of overpassing it. It's kind of the only option. And then really nice swing right here. Really nice. And again, I've said this before, but if you're hitting the three ball, get really comfortable swinging into that gap. Because if this guy stays like this, bang, it's going to be like that. And I think that guy might have played at Hawaii. Somebody played at Hawaii. It might have been this guy. It might be this guy right here that has played at Hawaii. I don't remember. Yeah, you know what? I think he played at Hawaii. That spin to float makes me think he did. Perfect pass, though. I kind of want to see how he passes this. Look at how he opens his hips early, gets it on his side, and then just kind of adjusts, puts it right on the setter's head. It's beautiful. And they're running the middles right off the bat. Of course, they're passing well, so that's, what you need to do first, but still, that's really good. And then Oscar Madsen gets called over on this, I believe. Not sure why. All right. And then that right there is the Neves guy. And so he's playing right side for them. Takes a big swing off the hands, gets a kill. Let's see. Floater. Good pass. Is that? Yeah, that's Rinaldi right here. Look at how he just kind of, like, I've said this before, but when you're passing floats with your platform, you're going to have to just be athletic and make late adjustments, weird adjustments where you just kind of jump one way and kind of shove the ball high. That's just kind of how that works, I mean, making moves like that is fine as long as you're getting the ball where you need. Look how early Oscar Madsen presses here. He cheats over, ball gets pushed forward. He cheats over a little bit, checks the setter a little bit. Maybe is helping, but then just makes a big move, stops where he is, goes straight up, presses early. Bang. Really nice block. And that's getting his Danish buddy as well. So right off the bat, he's getting his fellow Dane on a block. Floater out of bounds. Spinner from Rinaldi. Serving the little barrow, gets him out of system. Let's see what he does out of system here. Great choice again. And it looks like they take the setter out here in an out of system ball like that, which is smart. And then Oscar Madsen gets it high, goes over top of the block, just dunks it over. And you see here, this isn't just a tip, okay? This is a dunk. And he throws it straight into the middle of the court where nobody is, okay? Really smart. Good choice. Physical as well. It's not just some soft thing where it's a panic thing or anything. He's up there. He knows what he's doing. And I mean, it looks like they do the same thing where the setter drops. Throws it into the block. Good recycle. I want to see that real quick. It's a good choice going to this guy instead of Oscar Madsen because I mean, he's, almost at the top of the pin here. So if he hits him, he's able to throw it down. But this guy, the only thing he can really do is kind of shove it like that. That's the only thing he can do to throw it down. And they go over the top for Rinaldi. Nice swing. Just chips it. Yeah, good arm swing. I want to see that real quick. Big arm swing. Gets it at his peak. Takes a rip. And, maybe he's swinging to the 6 a little bit there, but if he's swinging high enough and hard enough, it's going to be all right. And so same deal here where they push over and they're challenging him to hit the D ball. And then over the top. I'm honestly surprised that this worked so well. But if he swings, like this is what's open, I guess. So that's a really nice swing. Just a good swing. And these Japanese players, it's not like they run a super, super fast system. They do. They run a fast system, but it's not like unbelievably fast because these hitters are still able to get themselves to their peak, every time. Every time they're maxing out on their jump. Spinner just kind of chops it short here. But it goes straight to the barrel. Lifts it high. Over the top. Ooh, blocked. And, I mean, look at this. This is what gets him, okay? This is the block that blocks him. Okay, I don't even know if this guy's above the net. But he is here. He's neutral. He's ready to go everywhere. Hits almost like a split step right there. See that? Little almost split step. He's neutral. Jumps over. Puts his hands up. This can most of the time turn into a soft block, but right there he gets a block because it, goes up into his teammate there, which goes down. So, hey man, help on the block. Actually, who is number 7? Takanashi. Okay. Good to know. Let's see. Spinner, spin to float. No, that's not the guy. Okay. Ooh. Ball's up. Little weird defense move, but stuff happens. It was a weird ball. Anytime at field goals, it's kind of fair game, Good rip. I love this approach, man. I love this approach. He's so low to the ground. I want to see. Look at how far he's leaning forward with that leg. Same here. That leg is almost like parallel to the ground, and then just up there, bang, off the hands. See ya. Spin to float down the line. Really like this serve. Check this out. And look at how he really slows that arm swing down on this serve. Really slows it down. Pops it right there. Just hits it there and, doesn't add any more. Pops short. Gets that libero. Pretty bad. And then this will happen. This will happen. Oops. Yeah. And I mean, you don't want to leave this gap. I'm not sure whose fault that really is, though. Yeah, I guess I would blame the middle here. They're both making a swing block move here. But he doesn't close this enough here. I mean, it depends. Sometimes you want to leave that gap, try to take more cross, but most of the time you want to close it first. Like early in a game, unless you really scout someone, close that gap first until they start beating you on the sharp cross or whatever it is. Yeah, and you see this blocker here. He's hitting a split step. This is Ulrik Dahl here. He's hitting kind of a split step, watching it, and then bang, and then has to just jump over. This is fine as long as you're like tall enough to do this, and then it's really not a big deal. But what I like is at least he's patient enough to where he's not jumping already. He would have been jumping late enough to him to where if he sees this, he can still jump from here and get over there. Gets a nice block. At least that ball's, oh my gosh. And then Rinaldi gets faked out here. I'm not sure why he got faked out because this setter is fully facing forward too. Fully facing forward. Not a big setter. Yeah, he should have done something there. Good footwork. Look at the split step here. Float. You know, hits a little shuffle for a split step. Moves his feet over, gets his feet underneath him, uses his legs when he's passing, finishes his hands high. It's not like a crazy perfect pass or anything, but it's a tough serve, and he gets a really good pass off of it. Good dunk. Good choice. See how he still draws his shoulder, or draws his elbow, and then does it really quickly. And that just gives this blocker here no time to react and stop that tip, you know? Spin to float, lots of spin to floats. This year is the year of the spin to float, man. Somebody, like, this is what I'm talking about, is if they continue to beat you on a swing like that, which I think he got field goaled, then you can, you know, move into the seam more. But so many people in so many different leagues are spinning to float, you know? I mean, I'm doing it in both the Puerto Rican league and the Danish league. A lot of people are doing it in the Italian league, Polish league, as you see in the Japanese league as well. Like, it's becoming so popular, and it's because it really does work. This is a really good example of shaping the block, shaping the ball. You know, people can say different terms about what it is, but when you're blocking, you close, and then as that ball's hitting you, you move it towards the center of the court, you know. And this right here works when it's a full swing, but even better when it's a tip, you know, because it just adds to the tip and it throws it back in, so you're not getting tooled. Watch this guy's hands, shaping it. And this is a 5-setter, so maybe I should talk less and let you guys watch. I don't know. I never know. I'm just doing me. And now Oskar Madsen has gotten 2 blocks here. And I think both are due to how early he's pressing with his right hand here. You know, Ulrik's going cross a lot, you know, trying to go cross at least. But look at how early he is on the block, you know, like with how he presses this right arm. Presses it so early, presses it really hard, gets another block there. And also both of them, he's gone very vertical as well. Bang, OT. OT. So large. Yeah, Rinaldi's a big guy. You know, I don't know. In the Italian league, he looks so much shorter. Like, when he was playing with Modena, he looked a lot shorter. It's crazy. But, yeah, he's good, man. He's a baller. Bang, all day. And you see how he's turning his body with the middle, leaving that ball in front of him, like almost dropping his hands just a little bit, and then just flipping it right behind. Bang, no block, all day. Like, the whole time until he is here, I thought he was setting the middle. You know, I was hoping that he'd set here, but I was expecting it to go in the middle because he's turning with him. Watch how he rotates, drops his hands right there. You see right there? It's such a subtle thing, but just dropping like that, bang. Beautiful. Beautiful run. Let's see. Outside. That's a nice swing right there. Really nice swing. Bang. And you see they're covering the deep corner here, which is fair, but that's why you need to have more than just one shot in the bag. You need lots and lots of options. Let's see, outside, bang. Ooh. Let's see here. Another great swing. You know, just high, hard, deep, clean. Pops Rinaldi in the chest right there. You know, I didn't realize that Oskar Madsen served from the 5. I don't remember. I watched him play in Denmark. It was a Champions League national team. I think it was Turkey versus Denmark, and I watched him. I don't remember if he served from the 5, though. Great swing from Ulrik Dahl. Bang. Spinner, spin to float, drops. And I mean, look at how much that drops. Look at how much that just, like, stops in the air. Just drops. But great move by Libero. And, like, look at this right here. Look at how he bends his elbows and just, like, goes like that with it. That's unconventional, I guess. You know, most coaches will say like, no, that goes against the fundamentals, but this is a beautiful pass right here. Again, same type of thing where he moves over, shuffles over really well, has to lean, has to bend his elbows and, you know, shape the ball in whatever way. It looks slightly unfundamental, but at that point you got to do it. That's genius. That's really nice. He doesn't even see this. I don't, but this is why it's important to understand the game, because once you're like, if you're up there like this, the expectation is a joust or something like that. Like the ball's going to be around here because it's going to hit the block and whatever. But slipping it over there, genius. Genius. That's amazing. I like it. That guy's fun. Go to the outside, bang, over the top. Over the top, and that's a mouse in the house. It's a mouse in the house. You're going to attack him. You're going to attack that mismatch. Good enough pass. Ooh, running inside. I wonder if Ulrik Dahl saw this. I don't think he did. I think he just saw where the ball was and went. Nice run. You know, and like a play like this, it requires a lot of trust and communication between these two guys right here. Because on a perfect pass, yeah, sure, you're obviously going to run it. But once it gets like in that gray area of like, okay, is this good enough or not? Amazing trust and still to go for it and then set it. Really nice. Bang. Yeah. Another great swing. Solo block. And you see right here again, he drops his hands forward like that and then just flips it back. It's another one-on-one or no block. Just messing with that middle. This is another this is why everyone's spinning and float, dude. Everyone's reverse hybriding these days because it drops like this. It messes with people. People are deep like this for a spin, and then that ball just moves on them, and they have to make an adjustment. Yeah, nice pass over the top. Bang. Come on, that ball's up. Nice. Oh gosh. Sorry guys. Let's see. I want to see that dig one more time. Pops it high, gets him up there. Out of system. Rinaldi. Yeah, I don't know. Not the greatest choice there. I don't know. I mean, I feel like trying to recycle from here going into him, that just doesn't work much. Because people aren't covering right here, which is where that would bounce off. They're covering over here. Like, look at where everyone's covering. If this is just a wall here, okay, if this is just a wall, don't think about it as hands. Think of it as a wall. If it hits here, it's going to go down right here. Like, that's just geometry, okay? It's going to go down right here. So, bang, bang, okay? It's going to be, like, right in here. But if he goes here, bigger angle, like pool, boom, boom, it's going to go around here. It's going to go to these guys, okay? So just basic angles there. Like, look at the move that this number 7 here has to take to try to cover this ball. He has to jump over, bang. And, you know, maybe someone should have gotten it. Maybe Rinaldi could have. Maybe they could have put the ball tighter for him. I don't know. But what I do know is the ball's about angles. The ball knows angles. That's it. Yeah, and even right here, Oskar Madsen goes into Ulrik Dahl's hands. And the libero has to, like, turn and run a little bit there. You know, it's even a little bit hard there. Ooh, wow. Good hustle by that middle. Let's see that real quick. Covers. Gets off to that hard. Straight up. And look at that from here. Just not wasting footwork. You know, off to here. Like, he's not taking way too many steps. You know, maybe I can give you an example of, you know, even you look at Oskar Madsen's transition and approach. He's got a bunch of steps over here. And then he's up, you know. But as a middle, you just don't have time to take too many steps. So cover. Yeah, just like clean. Just really, really clean footwork there. Yeah, he might have been able to go line here, just like dunk it to the side a little bit of him, like just straight down here. But it's a risk. This Neves guy has long arms, so it's kind of hard. Good recycle. Good cover. You know, he tries to throw it down. It's fair. I like this move by Rinaldi here. It's kind of a fast ball. He's neutral. You know, gets faked out a little bit, still jumps over, makes a big jump, is still physical with it. Gets field goal, I guess. Out of system to Rinaldi. Tips it. Good cover by Libero. Wow, that's a really good read. I want to see him, watch him react here. Yeah, that's amazing. Rough. Neves has to be up there for that block there. Wow, beautiful. But what do I say? Okay, always ready. He just jumped multiple times. Like, how many times? Okay. Let's just start this rally over real quick. How many times does he have to jump? Okay, so serve receive. He hits it. And then he's going to get another one here. Blocks it. He has to jump, so that's 2 times. Blocks again, that's 3 times. Pretty sure he hits an out-of-system ball here, right? Yep, out-of-system ball 4 times. Jumps again 5 times. 5th jump. That's when he finally gets the kill. Okay. Always ready to jump. Check this out. Yeah, he's hyped. Come on. Spank. Nice. That's what the boys do. Boys are getting hyped. Nice. All right, floater. Good hands. Find it. Yeah, I mean, one thing you notice here is his feet don't really move much. Like off the float here, he just kind of sticks his feet here and then doesn't move. And then that ball moves over a little bit. Watch his hands. You can tell where the ball's going because of his hands, watch. And then he has to move over. And that ball's on his left hand, you see. The ball's very much on his left hand. And then he's trying to go over here with it. Bang. And of course it's not going to get there. And it's not going to get up there. It's not going to be high. It's not going to be towards the target here. Bang. Yeah. But the solution, of course, is to get his feet around the ball, you know, turn himself, get behind the ball more, use his legs more, and not fall back. But still, you find a nice reverse flow ball to Ulrik Dahl. Takes a really nice swing, gets him to his peak. Bang, nice swing, really nice. All right, let's see, spinner. Outside, oh wow, hello. Good patience. Let's see here. Ball's back. He's patient and then explosive. Patient and then explosive. That's a very good rule of thumb for volleyball. Nice serve. Seams will do you good justice here. 22-19 in the first. A little hybrid action. I want to see this one more time. Wow. And he goes like thumb down with his serve here, which if you're comfortable doing it, that's a beautiful thing to do. You know, there's solutions so that you don't have to do that if you're not comfortable with it. But if you are comfortable with it, like if you can hybrid it like facing here and then just thumb down to where you want, beautiful, because that's going to be nice for you. Back, bang. See ya. It's a nice swing. 23-19 now. Let's see. Over the top. Bang. Love that. And I mean, that's not a big approach. He's getting off the ground. Good take by the libero, though. Good take. Spritz through. 1, 2, 3 steps. Just quick little steps. Bang. Still up. Still an option. Bang. OT on that. Nice. All day. That's really nice. Let's see. Spinner. Good. And he comes up and takes it with his hands, which maybe he was expecting a spin to float, but that's why you got to rip. Because taking a spin with your hands like this is not easy. It's not going to be a good pass usually. Big time out of system. Ulrik Dahl gets a nice throw down. Let's see. Then he reverse floats it again. So he got him with his hands last time. So of course he's going to stay deep and try to go over his platform. So he says, okay, I'm going to spin to float now. Bang. And again, not the greatest pass. Back to Neves out of bounds. 22-23. Looks like Sakai is back in here. Hits a little ace. I think it was in anyways, but hits him. Hits Neves. Good choice here. They're really, well, this guy is really attacking Oskar Madsen here in serve receive, so they do a little switcheroo. And then perfect pass. And it works out. That's he leaves a gap. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I would say I don't like this move by the middle, but only because if you're going to read, then be full read. Don't half do it and go up like this and get caught. Like, work at doing that, of course. Maybe this is just one mistake, whatever. But it's either read or commit. Like, I don't think there's really any in between besides like taking a dedicate step. But even taking a dedicate step, you still need to make a choice of, okay, am I committing or reading? So spin to float, takes with his hands. That's the end of the first set though. Rinaldi, a little dunk ski. Float, good pass. I mean, these are great moves by this libero here. These are great moves every time on the floats. Really good moves, taking everything with his platform. And, I mean, he's covering a lot of space, which is great. I think honestly the libero should take up a lot of space and maybe cover with their platform on floats like this. But I don't know. Depends on what team you got. Chops it in between. That should never score. Hate to see that, Floater, chops it short to the middle. Good take over the top. Ooh. Yeah, and I think something like this, like having an outside be able to do stuff like this where, oh, there's a misconnection. Okay, I'm still gonna tip and possibly score. I think that is a really good way to build trust with your setter on the pipe. Like, let's say your setter isn't really setting the pipe much, and when he is, you're misconnecting or not connecting well. Being able to tip here, still make choices, either tip to sharp 2 or sharp 2 or sharp 4. Get them at least out of system, sometimes score like this. It's a good way to build trust and, help that setter say, you know what, even if we don't connect every single time perfectly, I'll still set it sometimes. Great run. Bang. Look at that fast arm swing by this guy. Bang. Gotta get to it quick. See, spinner. Chops it. Really nice take, though. Really nice pass. And look at, like, on a ball like this where he's falling to the ground, I think it's so important that he just holds that platform for as long as he can. Just finding the angle and just holding it. And then after he's done touching the ball, then he can, catch himself and get back up. But then a beautiful chop down his body line here. Look at that. Really nice chop. Bang. Really nice. Spinner, spin to float. Oskar Madsen. Good take. I want to see that pass. Look at how he's leaning really early. He's like leaning away from the ball early and continues it and then pops it high. It's a good pass. Middle run. Yeah, it's down. Nice. Good run. And in this Japanese league, it's so impressive how aggressive they are on defense. Like all the guys are locked in constantly. Like this middle just serves. And then he's in defense, ready to make a good move. Moving his feet, going over. Doesn't get the dig, but whatever, Good swing by Rinaldi. Staying sharp, not getting... Because if he's undisciplined here and just swings straight forward or swings to the 6, he's probably getting blocked. But he swings at the 5 instead. It chips off the block, but still, being disciplined is very, very important. Yeah, good little middle run. Decent pass. It was a good serve, so can't always be perfect. Oh, good transition here. Look at how quick this is. This is another thing that the folks in the Japanese league do so well is just seamless transition. Is they see something happen, they see him go down, immediately they spread the floor and they go to the D-ball. Gets a nice reuse off of it. Bang, goes to the middle, ball's up. I don't mind the run though. Oh wow. Look at how, like again, he's just pressing that right hand so well. But then it looks like he goes high. It looks like he's pressing it early and then starts to go high. Like reaches high like this instead of just continuing to be low. Because if he stays low, even if he's too low with it, it's going to turn into probably a soft block. So instead of getting tooled. Nice. I mean, good lift, but it's a really tough serve. That's a really nice serve. And that's something you can explore with when you're getting reps is just if you're, working on the spin to float, is popping it short like that too. Because that, oh my gosh, I mean, that goes straight over the tape, doesn't it? Wow. Yeah, because that's just another added thing where it's a spin to float and this guy's like getting ready to move and whatever, but he's got to jump forward and, find that ball. Chops it. Yeah, I wish he went sharp cross here, but it's fair enough. Went for the line. Rinaldi again, being disciplined with those swings from the pipe, getting another kill. Spinner, spin to float down the line. And, it's almost just another option. If you're able to go short with that spin to float, it's just another way to mess with these passers, okay? Because you can go back and forth, spin to float, and then he doesn't know what type of serve you're doing. But then also at the same time, you can also mess with how deep you're going. Okay, am I going spin to you, float to you, and then if I'm going float, am I going short or deep? That's 4 options right there. And you just don't, well, I guess technically 3 options, but still. But it's 4 things to think about, I guess. Then he goes for the swing. Fair enough. And Oskar Madsen just rips it. Good rip. Oh, no, that's a good pass. Oh, yeah, good swing by Ulrik Dahl. Yeah, and this is a good approach here. Takes a good angle. Keeps that ball in front of him. Keeps that ball in front of him from here to the corner, and then is still able to just catch it here, bring it down the sideline, across his body line there. Look at that. Look at it. Look at his arm going across his body. Across his body, bang, deep. It's a nice kill. Shoot, my back's getting tight. Oh, it's a great pass. Yeah, it's locked in. He's locked in on the passing there. Bang. And if he is probably, I would assume he's getting paid the most on this team. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would assume he is. And if he is, and he's getting paid the most because he's the guy, looking for kills. He's the guy that they're, trusting to get the most kills for him. And if he's willing to sacrifice himself for the perfect pass, everybody should be able to sacrifice themselves for the perfect pass. Let's see, floater, free ball, perfect, middle. And for both teams on both sides of the net, it looks like on perfect pass or free balls, they're trying to attack the middle of the court with pipe and middle. Let's see, floater. Good pass again. Yeah, it's just a loose. You gotta be loose when you're passing these floats, man. It's the only way that you'll be able to move fast enough to adjust to these movements in the air. And sadly, the movements and the adjustments that you have to make, they have to be natural and they have to be instinct. And you don't have enough time to think it through. Spin a really nice serve. Really nice serve. Chops it. Good pass. Over the top. Bang. Over the top of the block there. Yeah, and this Ulrik Dahl here, he's going on a nice run. And that, ooh, wow. But hey, this is what I'm talking about, is if you're not able to go sharp enough on the pipe, then you're going to get blocked. You're going to get blocked sometimes. Because, and it's not like this is, I guess this kind of is going directly to the 6. Let's see the bang, bang. Yeah, so it's probably going about here. Yeah, you're going to get blocked. And, maybe he's not at his peak. Maybe he's leaning forward. Maybe he's this, that, whatever. No matter what, you got to get around the block. Spinner. He's gotten what, 4 serves now? Over the top. Ooh, dang. Good choice, though. Good choice by this outside. He's not at his peak. He's not going to be at his peak for the swing. So he just chooses to put pressure on instead of go for a big kill. Spinner. In good pass. Over the top. Off the hands. Nice. And, even though he's kind of swinging to the 6 here, he's still staying high enough to where it can tool him. Okay, back to it. And serve spinner from Rinaldi. That is an ace. And now, you see how quickly this gap is created by just some aggressive serving over there by Sakai. I mean, it's been a few aces, this and that, but just big serves, and immediately they are up 7. So it's only 2 servers, really. And of course, it's 2 of their big pros, whatever. But, wow. But now up 8 because of some good serving. And, once this passing breaks down, there's not really much else available. You don't have many other options. Gosh, beautiful. And he can be late. This is a read. He's very late. He's still not off the ground. This dude's about to hit the ball. Almost hitting the ball. He's contacting the ball, and he's still touching the ground. And he's just now getting over top of the net. But because he presses early, he still gets a really nice block. And look at how he loads here. And when he's jumping, he doesn't have to dip down anymore. He's just straight up. That's beautiful. That's a read right there. That's how you read and still get blocks, man. Still get blocks in the middle anyways. Reading and, going to the pin is pretty obvious. Rinaldi's very aggressive on those swings from the back row, which I think is what he should do on his team that he's on right now with them. Because he's one of the bigger swings on the team for sure. Good take by the middle. Bang. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. To the outside. Good dunk. Good dunk by Oskar Madsen. Throwing it there. They're not going to call it a carry, are they? Good. And let me go back to this real quick. Because this is not a... Where is it? This is not a mindless dunk. Okay, this is not a mindless dunk. He's dunking to the one spot here because he sees, or at least expects, there to be space right there. Okay, this is not a mindless thing. It's not just, oh gosh, I'm not perfect. I'm not at my peak, so I'm just going to throw it wherever. It's on purpose. He's throwing it down the line, Hybrid, nope. Missing some serves here. Missing some serves. They're up 8. Spin to float. Ooh, little joust. And it looks like both of these guys are trying to just recycle with that joust. It's so interesting. I feel like the mindset in the Japanese league is this with a lot of jousts. But then the more American idea of it is, okay, I'm going to try and win the joust and see if I can put you on your butt or swipe it off of you and score, It's a different mindset, Somebody went in the net. Spinner, spin to float. Let's see. Neves getting blocked here. Big old block. I don't know, maybe he's early, but it's just a good block. Look at how early he's pressing. Bang. Pressed early. Oof. Rough. Yeah, and I mean, even from the back row, you still have to just... That's really smart again. Smart again, just dunk it to the side. Bang. But, yeah, even from the back row, you just have to understand how high you have to swing. to not get blocked, you know? Because sometimes it's really high. Sometimes you're going against guys that are huge blocks, and you have to swing like out of bounds to get it past them. Really nice chip and just sneaking it by the line there. Let's see, over the top. Yeesh. Yeah, this is why you don't want to crowd the plate too much, because then you're getting beat. Like you have to trust the block enough to where that ball is going here anyways. Let's see. Let's see. I think that ball's going right here. I would expect anyways, and then it goes deeper because it hits the block. You have to trust the block that they'll get at least a touch on it, and that touch will end up being deep or high. Let's see. Ulrik Dahl. Going for a out of system swing there. Neves chopping it. Really nice. It's a nice swing. Really nice swing. Gotta just stay swinging deep. Oof, missed it. All right, yeah, they are up by 9 right now. Wow. Ooh, wow. That's a weird one. Sometimes that'll happen though. All right, we got 23-15. Chops it. Ooh, hello. Nice little. Again, same deal. Like a little spin to float. Goes shorter than they expect. Maybe a little miscommunication, but still really nice. Spin to float again, misses it. 24-16. 8 points up. Back reverse flow. Yeah, like that's a disciplined block move though. Maybe he could have made it faster, made it more aggressive looking, but he dedicates over, stays balanced, goes. Presses early. It's a diggable ball. It's a diggable ball. This guy can probably do that. I mean, it's hard to expect him to dig that every time, but that's a diggable ball. Ooh, looks like this guy's gonna get a little mad. He started laughing. He's all right. Rinaldi. Deep ball out of system. Let's see. Neves chopped it through. Yeah, and I mean, this is multiple times now that he's snuck it in between the seam there. So they just have to really close that. And it makes it easier to close it if the outside is pressing really well, but still, I mean, most of it goes back to footwork and making sure that you're hip to hip with that guy. Like, this is good. I mean, obviously it's out of system, so these guys trust the block more, but you got to trust it as much as you can. Yeah, I mean, if he was a righty, I would understand him cheating in like that, but as a lefty, you don't need to as much. Outside. Ball's up, no. Floater. Good pass. Gosh, these are such good such good passes. I guess it was kind of a soft serve. Back row. Just not making errors, I guess. Let's see. Neves. Getting blocked. Neves has gotten blocked multiple times now. I wish I could see the stats and say how many times he's gotten blocked, but stats are all messed up for this game. Perfect. Outside. Bang. Really nice swing. That ball, that's a really nice swing. He keeps that ball in front of him well, and then just rips through with his body. Goes to face it. He's facing that 5 spot, and then that ball's in front of him, so he rips through with his body. Bang. Straight down that line. Really nice deep. And he's still swinging deep. You know, he's not getting undisciplined just because that ball's available. Bang. Oh, pass. Spin a float. Yeah, and again, same deal. Like this is a good pass in system. They have to block this guy. But the guy that stays deep gets the touch, gets the dig because he trusts the block enough to get a touch and slow that ball down. Like that's all it really needs to be. Like, again, he kind of is too shallow there. If he was here, he would have had more time to react and might get that ball up. You never know. But, just saying. Floater. Good hands. Let's see. Man. If you see something, go for it. But that's all I'm saying. It's just trust the block enough. And I mean, you should train blocking enough to where you can trust each other with it, but still. I guess if you're on a club team where the guys just don't know how to block, then sure, don't trust the block. But it's better for your team if you're playing. If the guys can block, then trust them. You know, don't if you catch yourself running forward too much, just understand you need to trust the block if they are trustworthy. I don't know. It's the whole deal. Tip, good cover, out of system to Ulrik Dahl. He's getting blocked, man. He's getting blocked again. Looks like he kind of overshoots or overruns it and then has to lean back like that. And it just doesn't swing high enough. Very interesting. OT. Really nice dig, though. See how he just drops? Hits a split step and then just like drops and pops it high. Nice. Good swing. Spinner. Good pass. Let's see. Middle. Ooh, ball's up. Back to Rinaldi. Going OT. Good choice setting Rinaldi here. Bang. Just good dig. He made the right choice. Everything happened right. Get a free ball back. Even if it's not a kill, you get a free ball back. Good swing deep. Lefty. Spinner. Nope. Sorry, Ulrik. Oh, that's a miss. Floater. Good. Middle. Bang. It's a good run. Look at where he jumps from, too. Ball gets moved back. Passes there. Look how he stops himself. Okay. He's ready to, like, run forward and stops himself and says, no, I'm staying deep. Takes a smaller approach. Look at that first step. That first step is just giving him, okay, how far am I going? Okay. Takes a first step there. Literally, like, not even covering any space. Just getting himself ready to go. Take a full approach. Bang. It's just that step close pretty much. Still gets a kill. Like this step needs to be adjustable right here. That step right here, that first step needs to be adjustable. Okay. You need to be able to make decisions with that step. And then the step close should be as big as possible every time. You know, of course, to the ball or to wherever you need to be, but try to make it as physical as possible. And to do that, that first step needs to be lining you up or setting your distance to where you can be big and be aggressive and athletic. Let's see. Outside misses inside a little bit there, but I don't know. This happens a lot though. You know, when that ball misses inside, this outside is like approaching so straight towards the net that they are drifting there, and it's really hard for them to like actually fully get themselves inside, and it just turns into a tip or something. Ooh, is that ball still alive? Yeah, that ball's gone. 8-12, Nagano. Perfect. Outside. They're just kind of attacking each other's setters right now because both setters are undersized. You know. They swing. Oh, and they subbed out Ulrik Dahl. Good swing though, this guy. Nice. Let's see. Yeah, that's gonna be OT. Yeah, there's not really much to do for this blocker here. But still, I mean, even though he's fully OT, it's a single block. This guy should be deep because that ball still goes deep enough to where you gotta be back. Like, you can't just crowd it. And I know they didn't crowd it, but you guys get what I'm saying. A system. Gotta stay high out of system, man. Floater. Good. Let's see. Really nice swing. Let's see, good pass. And you know, I played with his brother last year. His brother also does that dunk a lot. You know, that just dunk into the bucket is what he calls it. Gets him a lot. And either the two ways it scores is either there's a gap and it goes in between the gap, or this guy doesn't press enough and it goes, you know, funnels him, or whatever you want to call it. Waterfall is, I know some people call it that. Let's see. Outside again, bang. Really nice swing, bang. Down that line. All right, they're going to be out of system here, Rinaldi. Lots of tips, man. Lots of like tips and dunks and swipes and whatever you want to call them from both sides, from Oskar and Rinaldi, actually. Floater. And they're attacking the libero here because he's covering so much space, which is fair, but I would just try to stick on Oskar Madsen. Lots of cheekiness. I'm surprised some of these are scoring because usually the Japanese players are so good at defense. And I mean, this doesn't mean they're not good at defense, but usually they're able to pick those balls up and scrap them up. Balls like that. This secondary right side here, not doing too bad so far. Good dig. Ooh, somebody went in the net. Good dig, though. Wow, that's a really good dig. Ball's up. Gosh, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful pass. And being able to like be there, hold the angle, and then immediately get up and go. Approaching from there, he's jumping away a little bit. Full arm swing. Holy crap. Look at that. Look at that draw. Look at how far back he's drawing. Elbow goes first. Whippy. Bang. Clocks it. Yeah, that'll happen. That'll do it. Spinner, nope. 12-20. Wow. 8-point lead for Nagano now. Transition to the outside. Dunk. Ooh, no. Let's see. Ooh, spins up. Let's see. Neves gets a kill now. Yeah, he's doing well. I'd say he's doing well now in this third set. I don't know. He hasn't really gotten too much action in this third set here. Honestly, I don't even know where they're getting their points. I don't know why. I can't really think of what's been happening here. Free ball. Middle. Yeah, you're going middle or pipe there. And even if that just picks on this guy the whole game, who cares? He's going to be in a complete tizzy. Okay. Let's see. 14-21. Hybrid. Ooh, an ace. 15-21 now. Good take. Over the top. Now that's a good swing. That's a really nice swing. Bang. Into it. Bang. And if you are, I mean, obviously they switched, but I'll just say this as a rule of thumb, if your coach tells you to serve this guy because you want to take him out of the pipe, like you don't want him hitting pipes, do not give it to him on his left, because that just gets him into the motion of going over the top or doing whatever. Go to his right, like go towards the line so that he can't do this. Bang. Nice swing, really nice swing. Short. Ooh, ball's on. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Reeves. Nice OT. It's a really nice dig by Rinaldi, though. Yeah, that's a really nice block. Look at that. Check this out. All right, triple block. He's still neutral just to make sure he's not getting beat. Gets over. Presses towards him, like almost faces him a little bit. You know, and it's not, you don't want to be too extreme with that because then it'll open up too much space. But then he shapes the ball straight forward again. Finishes really well. He's up there, man. Nice. All right, let's see. Spinner. We got 23-15 for Nagano in the third set here. Tip. Yeah, and like if you're super late or you see some sort of disconnection here, do what he did here. Get off, ready for the tips. And also, if you are tipping this ball, if you see a pin jumping, try to tip it to here. Like okay, back to it anyways. If you are tipping this ball on the pipe, tip to the guy that jumped, okay? So like he jumped, he should tip to the 4. It's harder. Because if not, then it's just a free ball. Anyways, tip. Dunking to the bucket, dude. All day. It runs in the family, I'll tell you that. Let's see, spinner. Chops it short. Good take. You know, Oskar Madsen's making some really good moves. Going vertical, pressing really hard. Finishing his arms. Sometimes it's still just going to chop off the elbow or something. Fair enough. All right. Out of bounds. Let's see. All right, going to the 4th set now. Deep float. Good pass. That's Rinaldi, baby. I mean, this is what an arm swing will do for you, man. This is what a great arm swing will do. Getting to his peak like that, being able to be whippy at his peak. Watch his elbow. His elbow goes from here. Oh, my gosh, I hate doing this. His elbow goes from here. Yeah. Okay, from here to there. Just whippy. And then look at how his hand is following his elbow. And then whoosh, that's what whips it forward. Okay, your arm's connected. It's just it's a whip. Okay. Out of system for Reeves. He might be over. Yeah, I think he's over. Unless he's front row. He might be front row. He's front row. Okay, good. Good touch. Oh my gosh, this libero keeps getting caught too shallow, dude. And he's not tall enough to get caught shallow. Especially on a ball like this, where he's semi-in system. This middle is going to be up. So it's very likely that there's going to be a touch, you know? I don't know. Maybe he sees a seam. Maybe he saw a seam and tried to do it. Whatever. I'm not sure, but I don't know. Just my opinion. I think he's getting caught doing that too much. Out of nowhere, he's taking that pipe there. Boom. Bang. Great swing. All right. Chops it. Ooh. Nope. Lefty. Short. Bang. Really nice run. And they've ran this 3 and go combo a lot here. And bang. And I mean, still, like, even though it's a solo block and it's not a big blocker, still swinging the deep corner. It's just automatic, you know? Floater. Back to Ulrik Dahl. Ulrik Dahl's back. Really nice swing down the line. And it looks like they're just choosing to open up the line for him and challenge him to get that swing. Which, you know, I guess maybe that's fair. Maybe for him that's fair. Rinaldi. Yeah, this is why he's aggressive on these. Really nice swing. And I mean, you see him, like, his brain is stalling. He's just kind of like, do I go up? Do I go up? Do I go up? He finally goes up. He's too late. Too late, not big enough. Spinner. Good pass. Outside. Bang. Tool. Oh, yeah. It's aggressive, though, dude. You know, maybe he could have swung there, but that is an aggressive move. And that barely gets up. Yeah, going outside there. Bang. Another tip to the bucket. Sheesh, man. That's awesome. That's great. Outside. Let's see. Deep down that line. OT, of course. Yeah. And I mean, if you're going against a small hitter like this, you're still aiming towards that deep corner. Okay, don't give him a chance to touch it, and you still need to swing very hard because most likely, more likely than not, this guy and this guy probably are going to expect you to go OT on that, and so they're going to be sitting in. So you still got to hit him hard, or else you're not going to get kills. You're just going to get dug. That's how you beat a funnel. You know, is hitting it too hard, like almost shooting a bullet through a funnel. You know, it might be small enough to do it, but it's going to break the funnel. Spin a float. A little bit of a free ball there. This one goes a little. This one goes short, but look at how high it is. It's like well above the antenna here, and so it's almost just a free ball. Why did he do that? Yeah, sometimes that'll happen. Floater, good serve. Yeah, I mean they're passing two here, so fair enough. This is kind of a difficult ball to, jump to his left and try to shove it over to the perfect pass, but still decent pass. Yeah. Again, same deal. Like if you're going OT, you gotta swing hard, man. That ball's gone. Yeah, that ball's gone. 6-7. Good swing. Let's see here. Reverse flow. They ran this. 3. Everybody's over here. He's alone. Turns into a big gap. Bang. Swings cross. Bam. And also, like, if you know that your right side struggles to swing super sharp cross or just really likes to swing towards the 6, a combo like that is good. Like a setup like that where there's a lot of pressure on this side of the net. It's going to create a gap in between those blockers. Like the difference here is he's a lot closer. This guy's here. He's a lot closer to him, making him need to cover more space, I guess. Out of system. Ulrik Dahl gets a little tip through the block. Like that right there is really good. I don't know. I really like this move by this outside. It's a great read. Sees it, puts it up, pops it up. Out of system for Ulrik Dahl. Riffs it into the block. There's a little gap. Listen, man. I mean, if there's gaps in your block, somebody's going to find it. Whether it's a good hitter or a bad hitter, somebody's going to either purposely or accidentally hit that gap, and it's going to score. Floater. Good take. I really like that move, that back or outside. Whoever the back or outside is, just being aggressive on that ball, popping it up. Go back to him. And this is, so this is row 1. This is row 1. He's traveling all the way around. And, it's almost like a half back row ball where they're just putting it a little bit off the net and letting him fly up. Bang. It's a nice run. I think that's 2 or 3 times that they've set him on that rotation when he runs around. So it's nice. Gosh, it's a beautiful swing. Again, same deal, like just having such a beautiful arm swing just gives him so much power. Spin short. Let's see. Over the top. Bang. That's a pretty nice arm swing too. Of course, that's OT, but yeah, it's a nice arm swing still. I don't know, and I mean, something that I struggled with for a while is having my full arm swing while swinging deep. That was something that I, had to work on a lot because a lot of kids, you learn how to swing really hard in hitting lines, and you're, hitting the ball hard, but you're also hitting it straight down, and not giving yourself room to score. But, something that you can practice is just hitting it as hard as possible at the back line or at the deep corners, especially the deep corners. Let's see. And still having that same arm swing as when you're trying to bounce and hitting lines, Oh, yeah, that's a nice run. Gets moved forward. Gives it to the middle. Bang, all day. That's a really nice run. Really nice. Floater. Good hands. Outside. Bang. Finding it. Let's see. Out of system. Short. No, sir. Yeah. And I mean, again, like, I would much rather he just rip it at the hands and then he either gets a tool or a soft block either way than chopping it short and getting a block on the recycle, Like, you just got to hit it too hard. Like, I say when you're setting it on a system, miss inside, miss tight. I say, I say, sure, on passing, miss off the net and miss high and, stuff like that. Like setting certain stuff, whatever. Same deal with recycling. Miss high and miss hard. Like the mistake should always be, oh, I hit it too hard, which really, honestly, can't really happen. Ooh, hello. It's a nice block. Bang. It's just not, I don't know, it's just not a great swing. It's just straight into the 6. Maybe he's challenging the seam there, but it's just dangerous if you're not hitting it the right spot. Gosh, these middles, both sides, honestly, are getting caught on that route so much. I mean, it's happening a lot, but still, I think somebody might have went in the net there. Not sure. Reeves, whew, that's a really nice swing. Wow, high, really high, ripping it deep into that court. All right, we got 17 to 16 here. Floater, good hands, back, really nice hands. Just that like decision is so quick. Bang, doesn't give him any evidence to read anywhere. Like doesn't give him any reason to jump. Just forces him to be late. Bang, another one of these, man. Another ball's too high. Okay, I'm gonna dunk it. Bang. Jeez, man. There's been so many of these this game. But it's a really important thing to understand how to do. It's a very important skill, which honestly doesn't really take that much practice. But what takes practice is being able to turn that into an automatic thing in your brain, where it's an automatic decision, and you don't have to be thinking it before you're even swinging. Like you can automatically see that it's too high or see the situation where it's right to do it, and then do it without even thinking. That's the thing that takes work. And the work is forcing it and doing it in a few weird situations in practice or like really wanting to do it. Bang. Nice middle run. Another run at everybody. So it's 2019. Ooh, overpass. That's rough. 21-19. Spinner into the net. Rinaldi. Maybe not. No, yeah, that was Rinaldi, I think. Yeah. Hybrid. Pops it high. Ooh, come on. That's a nice swing. And yeah, I mean, he didn't dime it, but he still found a way to get the kill. And what I really like here is he's taking his approach here, which, not the biggest fan of it. But if he's still able to open himself up and swing sharp-ish and swing to that deep corner, that's really nice. Like still having that court available, still having range from that position is really nice. 21-22 here. Spinner pops it high. Let's see. Ooh, it's a nice kill. I mean, obviously it's low to the 6, but still, it's a little bounce. But that right there is like the risky swing that he was taking earlier that he got blocked on. So hey, stuff happens. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes games are decided by balls like that. Yeah, let's see. In system transition, bang. Ooh, hello. It's a good swing, man. He's hyped. Let's go. 22-23. They I know they don't clutch this up, but this is the set where they need to. But sometimes it's decided by very small details, man. Small details like that. And right now it's been 2 small blocking details that could have been fixed, where the guy swings, where Ulrik Dahl swings low to the 6. Maybe somebody could have pressed more, and then maybe the outside I would have said. And then on this one right here where he got tooled, maybe the middle needs to press better. That's 2 balls right there that could have won them the game. But it's just those very small details that can finish a game like this. Huge swing by Rinaldi. Now we're going to the 5th. Let's see what happens. Spinner. Good pass. Nice swing. Yeah, and I think Sakai wins this game, but I'm not sure what the score was. Spinner, that's the Hawaii middle, right? Yeah. Yeah, like this is it right here. This is what I'm talking about with the recycling, is hitting it too hard. You know, like, oh, maybe, oh, okay. So that's an example of hitting it too hard on a recycle. I would much rather hit it into the block and it goes up deep into the court and like somebody messes up the cover than I, soft hit it into the block and it just like goes straight down, Ooh, out of bounds, I believe. Spinner, spin to float. Ooh, libero struggles with the hands there. Good adjustment by the middle. Let's see. Spinner, nice. It's on middle. They're running the middles a lot right now in this first part of this set, and I mean, I would say that that's trying to set them up, and put pressure in the middle, so that later in the game you can give it to your outsides and right sides, your big guns. Nice dig. Let's see. Bang. Nice. Really nice swing. Floater. Nice pass. Over the top. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's rough. And I mean, this has happened to me, but you got to jump on that grenade for your team. Like, go get it, even if it takes you out of the pipe or whatever. Go get that ball. Be aggressive. Get whatever balls you can. You know. Let's see. Good triple block. Pretty decent triple block. Like, I think I'd say they closed this pretty well. Maybe a ball can sneak through here, but it's not really super visible or super bad. But then it just hits him in the thumb. Hits him in the thumb or wrist or whatever it is, and bounces out. Sometimes you get unlucky with some stuff, Go to the outside, bang. Oskar Madsen gets a ball. All right, let's see. Spin a float on the libero over the top for Rinaldi. And now they're starting to feed their guys. Now they're starting to feed their big guys. Ooh, hello. He keeps himself inside here, but it's a really good set. And then he has to jump from here. And I don't know, I mean, maybe, I hate to say it, but I think he could have gotten his feet to the ball better here. You see him get his feet here, and then he has to jump left. And he loses some range there, and then has to swing lower than he wants. Also, just a good block by this middle here. Just reaching towards the ball, shaping it towards the middle of the court. Really nice block. Floater. Good pass. Oh, no, overpass. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. And now it looks like Sakai's starting to, run away with it a little bit here. And they're feeding Oskar Madsen, but he doesn't get the kill there. And that's because he doesn't swing deep enough, I would say. And you got to mix up your shots, because he's gone sharp cross many times now, like multiple times in the past few plays or whatever. And then he just does it again, and the block adjusts. Ooh, yeah, I got touched. Floater. Good hands. Let's see. Back to that guy. Ooh, good. And you see Reeves got subbed out here, so they put this explosive little lefty out there. Whew. Honestly fun. He's a fun little player. Very explosive and wiry guy. It's a good swing though. Bang. Deep corner. 10-5 in the fifth. Spin to float. Good pass. Good enough pass, I guess. Really nice swing. Look at that. And look at the angle he's taking. Because you can mirror this to a righty on the outside here. But he's taking a really nice angle. Showing cross by the approach. And then just ripping it through to the line. Really nice. Let's watch that one more time. Quick swing too. Quick decision. Just bang, ripping it. Showing it late too. Love it. Ooh. Gets chested. 11-6. Bang. Ooh, balls up. Out of system. Let's see what they do. Again, same deal. Like, if you give them time if you give them time by swinging slow and swinging soft when you're trying to recycle it, you give them time and you give them a chance to throw it down like this, okay? So rip it towards the hands, and miss high, miss hard, okay? Same deal. Let's see. Ooh, okay. And, of course, you're still going to catch yourself going too soft on it or whatever, stuff happens. But just a rule of thumb. Ooh, 7-13. Looks like Sakai's going to finish this game off right here. 14-7. Good hybrid. Nice. Chips it through. Spinner. Good. Not a great pass. Rinaldi. Bang. OT. Really nice ball. I want to last thing. Look at how he approaches here. Gets outside the court. Still has momentum. Ball misses. I mean, doesn't miss. It's a perfect set. But the ball is inside a little bit in a perfect way. And he jumps from here to here. So bang to bang. It's a good angle. It's a good angle. It just allows him to use his arm swing, have momentum towards the cross, and stay OT. It's a great game. Thanks for watching.